Hi, Lavelle. I don't know. My stream just blacked out, as usual over here. What's going on? Got my eye on you. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So I didn't want to be rude and disappear. What's going on, Capone? What's going on? I almost was like, you know what? Maybe I should just go to bed. Miss Denise, it just blacked out. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes our things works in mysterious. Look, I love your name. Nothing phase beauty. J. Sheila said, I think you hilarious. You know what, Sheila? I love being hilarious. I love it. All the sound was out, but sounding good right now. Okay. That's what's up. Let me pause that. I'm done with that. So, see, that won't even shut off. Let me get it again. So, I just come on and chill with you guys for a minute. I know that the transcripts are being read, and I'm okay with that. So, if that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. Me, I'm just over here. Sometimes I stay to yourself. I stay to myself. I've caught quite a bit. How many of y'all been catching some of the transcript readings and all of those tweets out there, boy? Some tweets. You in the bushes. Well, I'm glad you out the bushes, girl. You can come on in here and get your laugh on with me, girl. Come on in. I'm good. I'm good people, Sheila. I'm good people, girl. Every now and then you'll see me get a little loud or so, but I'm good people, honey. You would mess around, be laughing with me all day. So I'm glad you out the bushes to come and chill with us. This the calm channel. What's going on, Shannon? I know y'all ain't nobody Sheila. Now that's who's silly. Shannon is silly. I swear he is. I have to say though, I love his spirits because he makes me laugh. He makes me smile, makes me laugh. He always just got something so silly to say, and it's so harmless. But I love when Shannon pops in here. Absolutely. You say, get it together. It wasn't, I don't know why. It just zapped out. I'm like, seriously, right now? I'm like, I'm going, I didn't really come on to talk. Let me keep this straight. I really did. I came on to pin my number up and allow you guys to talk. I'd like to hear what some of you guys' thoughts and opinions are about this whole couple of days of the trial that's been going on. What's going on, Miss AP? How are you? That's what I did. I was like, come on, let me hear what you guys got to say. I pretty much, before my live zapped out, was just telling you guys some of the reasons that um, for me that with this goddamn shenanigans and a lot of stuff that we did not know, a lot of stuff that I am witnessing of what went on in the 2008 trial, right? It's like it's deja vu, and I understand them, making this into a federal case, and I understand that, but they made a way around it to make it a federal case. I'm understanding the whole what interference with this what's going on, Travis, with this whole, you bought the tape and you bought this and you bought that, as a juror, like I said, as a juror, with everything that I've seen and heard so far, that I'm sorry, I cannot convict that man. I cannot convict that man. And I understand that the allegations is about a 14 or 15-year-old. I just can't do it. As much as man, I'm like, really? We're talking about the same accusations, the same, female, or now it's females that had the opportunity under oath before my live zapped out, under oath, to say this and to say that, but then to grow up and have all of these excuses as to why they didn't say that it was then her or this or that, right? And but yet then went off to have somewhat of a normal life. You understand what I'm saying? Like moving in the Olympic field up over, in the over the garage or something like that. Like, I can't tell you that once I've known that I someone has allegedly taken advantage of me. I can't come out to tell you that, oh my God, I was scared, but we spent 2 weeks time on vacation because someone told us to go and we don't want it out. No, that's, in my opinion, that's just not how that works. You can't ask me if I was on a juror or convince me now to say, find him guilty if I got family members out here saying that, huh? Saying all of these things, like Section 8, you allow the government to, buy your soul to rehash like these things. You had a tattoo on you. There's no gun in your head when you go get a tattoo. There's people wherever she went, unless it was Bubba, that there's people there. There's nobody that can harm you anymore once you reach out to the help. You understand? Once you put yourself around certain people. So as I'm listening to as I'm reading the Twitters and listening to some of these transcripts out here, right? And I'm like, what? Wait a minute, let me get this right. She told more good things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she told like a whole lot of good things than bad things, kind of like Azrael, and like, well, we did this and he did that. But then, there's a story that, well, he made us not talk, or, he intimidated us. Intimidate you, Kate? What? And then for the mom to be like what she said, like, he intimidated you too. Big grown ass people, right? You got intimidated, in my opinion, because nobody wanted to let the money go. That's all I see. Had Mr. Kelly not had money, you best to believe that they would probably be talking. So when I'm watching something that looks like having your cake and ice cream, or trying to live both of the best worlds, that's a problem with me. That's a problem with me. Right now, I think, in my opinion, humbly, and this Roshana is at the age that she is, I truly think that I just feel like it was all consensual with everybody. That's just how I feel. I just feel like this whole, whatever it was, of a sexcapade inside private lives just went on, and it should just stay done and over with. That's just how I feel about it. That's exactly how I feel about it. And don't get me misconstrued. I understand that they're saying that this, like I said, was a 14, 15, or whatever the age may be. But however, this was a 14, 15-year-old there with adults. And that's the problem I struggle with. She wasn't there or in those videos that I've learned now. I've never seen all of these. I didn't know it was a edited to this part and a part this and a part that. So when I heard something about some damn Drea and other people, and all these people on here, no, I get it. I get the law. I get it that Mr. Kelly was of age. I get that. But I've been asking myself, does that really matter when I don't see a rape charge at all? There's absolutely no rape charge. There's absolutely, after I read a few of the tweets on there, and I went up and down, up and down, I don't see any testimony or police reports or anything about abuse. You know what I mean? I did visit one of the young ladies' channel, right? And she was going over she was reciting some of the 2008 transcript where she said that she was hearing on the audio splish splash in the water and give me this 14-year-old PP. You know, all of that to me could have been role play. All of that to me could have been just some shit, just, you know, blurting out in the head, because, you know, you say things once you are in the moment of sexual activity, right? You just blurt out things that will help enticely turn you on, get you more hot and bothered. You just say things. So I get it, you know, I get all of that, but that could have been role play. It could have been role play, and people take this as, well, okay, oh my God, he likes the 14s or the 15-year-olds. But then I asked myself, but yeah, does that really mean that he would penetrate one? You understand what I'm saying? Does that really mean that? I didn't really hear much in the transcript reading or the tweets how exactly penetration was done to this girl. I do hear something about just peeing and peeing and peeing. I don't hear nothing in her testimony about he, you know, slowly put it in, and I slowly, you know, then he, in 20 minutes, did he ejaculate? Like, I don't hear any of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, when we get into the, unless it's on the tape, and I, you know, like I said, I haven't seen the tape. I don't recall seeing, I haven't really seen all this stuff here, right? I'm like, okay, but however, had I been a juror, and to be pretty much fair about the situation and all of this stuff that I had been hearing, I really have to lean towards that this was some type of freak sexual escapade, consensual show going on. There were adults there other than Mr. Kelly. And that's what's going to help me determine to say, not guilty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And until they bring appropriate charges against the other adults, and they rewind this whole thing until, you know what? Okay, you had and slept with a child, and you did, I'm sorry. If they don't grab them all, he's going to walk if I'm sitting in that juror pool. That's just the way it's going to be. And we're talking about what, 23 years, 20 something years with Rashana. Rashana, as I look at the things that I'm reading, I'll have to say somewhere, because people say, well, you don't heal from that. You don't know when a girl is ready, and you don't know, and you know, well, looking at the actions of a piece of her life, she did move on. She had a baby. Allegedly, I could have sworn that she was getting married at some point. Someone brought that to my attention. At some point, she paid for housing. At some point, somewhere. At some point, she was, you know, got to take a trip to the Cancun. And people that is in distraught hurt by forceful activities, they find it hard to function a little bit. But she went on able to function, and then it was said out there that just recently she was still having contact with Mr. Kelly. I heard that she was asking still for some money. Yeah, there's a car, but you have the people that are say, and I understand it, that no, he did all of those things so that he can have his way. But yet then I don't hear anybody saying he put a gun to my head, he threw me in a van, then he brought me in there, and this or this or that. I definitely don't believe the where he locked rooms and told us that we couldn't stay or nothing like that, especially coming from Black people, because y'all know how we get down, right? I don't hear that. So, I gave it a lot of thought, and I'm thinking, wow, listen to all of the people that actually is ready to prosecute and persecute Mr. Kelly to the cross, right? And that's their right. That's their prerogative. Oh well, go do it. But I don't know how they can have a heart. I don't understand it, and I try not to understand it so much in depth about other people's feelings, because I can't feel the way other people feel. You only base your feelings and your thinking and thought process off of your own individual feelings. And we gain feelings by what we learn and what we see, what we hear, and it's like, wait a minute. But after hearing the type of shit that I'm hearing, then you had the police. What's going on, Jason? You had the police or something. I read that Jennifer Bunting questioned about interviewing and visiting the Landfair's family, right? And with the DCFS, right, Department of Children's Housing Children's Authorities, or something like that's what it's called, right? So, and he said, yeah, well, and they denied it all. It's like, no, and the mom said it, and this is to authority figure out there. But yet then Jennifer Bunting, I believe I heard, turned around and allegedly, I guess he had another visit. Like he had another visit with them, and then they had the attorney. She had an attorney. They had an attorney, you guys. They had an attorney. Come on now, you can't be as scared as you are. But then here she is. It's 2022. Same girl, and 3 damn tapes, because one is still missing. You say, is it a coincidence that every last one of them happens as many times as they've claimed to have 100? She said up to 100. 100. This girl just said 100. That's more than the average 30-year-old. Like 100. Huh? Okay. And she will not be able to tell you all 100 times where, when, and how. She won't. I'm like, okay. You say that it was after R. Kelly that they got pregnant. Yeah. And with RL being one, it took her 22 years. Yeah, that, what I'm thinking. You're right. 22 years. I guess Jennifer Bunting need to come out as well. Did he wear a condom? I guess. Did he wear a condom? That would be strange, huh? She probably asked Mr. Kelly, did you wear a condom? Or, if this allegedly happened. And Mr. Kelly goes, no, not at all. Well, then you just now having a baby at 22. You right, beauty. You darn right. Sharon says she only came on Tuesdays. They just asked to be called that because after all of this trial, Jason, they have to go out back out into public. So they're hoping that it will work to unrecognize them once time has passed by. You only know them by Jane, but not by, face or whatever, but everybody knows who it is. I just said so, Jason. Everybody knows who they are. They just requested to have those Jane Does and John Does by their name. So, because they have to go back out in public. So, I don't know. 22 years. Holy cow. Holy cow. So, what are y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? Now you say now it's a VHS tape, and we know it was transferred to a DVD. Let's talk about that for a minute, Lavelle, in other different formats, right? Because I heard the testimony of the Homeland Security lady. I didn't write names down, so I'm just kind of throwing this off of my head. Hey, love me some Kells. Hey. So she says that the process was that they collect the thing, they collect the evidence, right? Then they go somewhere and closed doors, it's private, it's there. Then they review it to make sure what they are hearing is what they are seeing. What's going on, man? So she said after that, they will take it and try to edit it up, just a little bit, because this is something that they can't go and play as lengthy as it was in the court. So they edit it to get whatever scenes that they need just to prove their case, right? This is the Homeland Security. So that's that tape. Now, Lavelle says that how it's funny how they take the VHS and it's got broken down to a DVD. Well, the lady from Homeland Security, I believe, stated that it was done that way because of the yearly span of the first trial, 2002, 2008. So at that time, somewhere in that timeline, the VHSs started to disintegrate. They were disappearing, So VCRs, not VCRs, DVDs started to come out. And so they had to make it, fit in time. So it got transferred to that, I believe she said, to the DVD and things like that. At first, I was asking myself these questions like, wait a minute, though. So they in the first trial, are they saying that they only reviewed the one tape? They said they only reviewed just the one tape, right? And that's the one that they was using in his 2008. But here we are now in 2022. And what I've learned today was Freeman, Philando, and McDavid somehow has all of these negotiatings with the contract of trying to get some tapes. Now, we all learned, or I learned, that after the 2008 trial is when Lisa Van Allen stayed out here to be vocally about some damn tapes that she had to sneak in, go into the duffel bag or something to grab some more tapes because she feared that it was her on the tapes, when all the time she, I guess, knew that she was on one of the tapes. And that's coming from because of the information dropping out here that allegedly it's Drea and Lisa Van Allen that was on the tape. So she was trying to get those. 1, 2, 3. So this is where I guess I'm assuming is where the tango is at about tape 2 and 1, 2, no, 2 and 3. Because I'm gonna call tape 1 Mad Mad, the tape from the 2008 duplicated. I'm gonna say that one because they're talking about LaShonda Landfair on that one. I'm gonna say that. And somehow that tape got copied before, in my opinion, before it was even placed into discovery as evidence by Homeland Security. And why do I say that? And I think it's because somehow it got into the hands of Jim Derogatis. Jim Derogatis, let me see if I can find this part, because I really want y'all to hear this part about with Sparkle. The Sparkle says that it was two close people in the camp, you know, whatever. She never mentioned any names, though. She never mentioned any names, but she said it was two people in the camp. But then Derogatis was saying that, you know, it got dropped off in his mailbox or something. And then he gets a call or something, would check his box. He went out there and things just went on, and he was able to contact Sparkle or whatever. So I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody called him up and was like, hey, you know, check mailbox, woo, woo, and after you done that, you know, here's Sparkle number, you're going to get in contact with Sparkle, and that kind of inflamed or engulfed that section right there, the section of the tape 1. That's just my opinion. Then 2 or 3 comes along to me with the Lisa Van Allen and the Durham McDavid and the Finello and Freeman, right? Because now they are supposedly entered into some type of contract to retrieve this tape back. Everybody that has they right mind out there had to know that after the 2008, that it was somebody that was going to end up copying it. And no matter how much they kept saying, you know, that they were going to go try to buy it back, and we're going to take a polygraph test, and I need you to tell the truth. And then you got the girl saying, well, we want this much of money and this much of money. You all had to know that there would have been someone left to just keep copying a lot of these things. Now, hearing Jennifer Bonjean's cross-examination, you know, I'm asking myself, like, okay, are we going to push to even, and I know she's grabbing everything. And that, as she should, as an attorney, right? You grab everything because you have to see what can work. So I can understand her strategy, but this whole contract thing with Freeman, and I could have sworn, or maybe I could be wrong, so somebody correct me if I am. Hey, Rita, what's going on, Keish? If I'm wrong, that didn't Freeman get questioned in the by Bonjean or someone about, have you had conversations or anything with Mr. Kelly and all of this stuff before he tried to represent Don Russell? Wasn't that question imposed? I could have sworn I heard that, and I could have sworn he was like, no, but maybe that was a question like, you know, have you talked to Mr. Kelly or anything about his case? I really remember that. I do. And I remember that. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Because I remember that. And I remember him was like, oh, you know, this is, you know, when he was the Curcio, you know, he's up there like, this is a conflict of interest. This is a conflict of interest. You know, no, he was about to represent Mr. Kelly. And then he replied, I believe he said no, he didn't meet with Mr. Kelly at the court, and nowhere of sort to, be involved in a curse show. He felt that he was clear to stand and represent Don Russell, but then Don Russell, I guess, had to switch out his attorneys, because wow, Mr. Freeman is caught up like in the shit of some freaking tapes. Come on now. Like, what in the hell? I have to tell you that I was shocked. I'm like, what? Mr. Freeman? Mr. Freeman is caught up in some shit about some goddamn tapes. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, it's the wrong one. Freeman, this is Chuck. These used to get okay, because I'm over here. That's what happened when you ain't got the whole transcript thing, because that's the only name that I had heard, right, was Freeman. And I don't recall reading anything about a Freeman in no paperwork. Harlem, not at all. Let me go over here and pull up this Twitter. Hold on a second. Let me pull up Twitter, right quick. Second here. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, because I was like, why am I hearing this man's Freeman name? Well, I'm glad you cleared that up, girl, because that's the only name that I know. I'm like, boy, and I've been reading. So you said it's a Chuck. This is Chuck. Well, they need to use the whole goddamn name, girl, because I'm over here like, what? Chuck Freeman. I know Keith Murrah. I know that one. Hold on a minute. Let me do this. Oh, okay. There go Twitter. Got it. I hate when they short the names. I don't watch no goddamn Dana. Jason, and you know that I don't watch him for that type of information at all. I only book him for some goddamn shits and giggles, which I'm gonna talk about just for a bit, because we'll get into that, because he over there with a whole goddamn this stuff is going on, y'all. That boy is on. I don't think I looked at his show in probably a week, to be honest. Might have been a week, close to a week. So I'm getting ready, I'm getting ready to pack it up where I was at. And I was like, oh, he's live. Okay, let me click on him. I ain't watched a Bookham show in a week, y'all. That's why I ain't really brought y'all shit out here, right? I guess when you bored with something, you fall back for a minute. And to be honest with you, Bookham bores the fuck out of me. Especially when he's on those let me see what this old passive ass mood. He gets into the passive thing, like the guilt trip thing, like he wants you to feel some type of way or some shit like that. So then I don't watch him. Ain't nobody trying to hear that goddamn bull crap. I really don't. Let me find this man. Okay, I got it down. Y'all know I'm always freaking wrong. I'm always over here. So Freeman is, I know who Keith Murray. I was reading, I read Keith, that name, but I don't think I ever read a Chuck Freeman. Okay, so now that's where we are. Thank you, Harlem. So y'all scratch that, because I sure thought I was like, Freeman. Okay, so that's where we stand with that. All right. So, and I'm just on here just talking. What's going on, lady? What's going on? Girl, I even saw him over there on the Black CEO, and I left. As much as I enjoy Black CEO's channel, and I just don't stick around. He was also in Dre, the public announcement chat, and I left. I was like, oh hell no, I can't do this. And to me, I was like, yeah, Harlem knows, girl. That's my thesaurus over there. She be knowing. She get me right. I ain't never losing me no Harlem. Nope. Because I was lost. You say, why Jennifer Bungie turned off? Oh, you got to retype that, Jason. I'm not sure what you're saying. Lady, I left, Lady Diva. And I'd be like, man, I'd be wanting, I'd be wanting to hear it or whatever. So, and it's still shout out to Black CEO, but I would not come around. I don't want to hear no bullshitter. I don't want to hear like all these excuses or all of this freaking Kelly knowledge of from a godson, allegedly. I just don't. No, I just don't. I know. For instance, right? Like I say that with on the Dre channel, somehow he's over there. And this is what I call Lady Diva. I call it scouting. It's in my opinion, you'll have someone like him, right? When one avenue of the content has pretty much settled down, you scout out so that you can be prepared to open up another avenue. And that's just strategy of the YouTube. And that's, fine and dandy, right? But baby, ain't no way in the hell. Ain't no way in the hell, none. All of this stuff that like this show and shenanigans been put down. What's going on, Empress Love? What's going on? Well, Keish, you see, I'm personally humble with it, and I don't either. I don't, I don't really care for, I don't care for a Hollywood show at all. I listened to her as she was reading the Twitters, right? And it was funny, right? Because it was about 5 or 10 minutes, right? That was 5, 10 minutes is usually about all that I kind of peep in on the show. I have to treat that, Keish, like my real life. Hey, Casey, once you get to doing all of that womp womp to the womp 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 womp, and I said, and I'm the shit, and I'm that bitch, and girl, I got to go. I got to go, Keisha. I can't roll with that, And yeah, shout out to her, and that's her show. And her persona. And we all have these different personalities, but some of them you have to pick and choose who to rock with, right? But dig this, Keish. So she was reading, right? And I was like, well, wait a minute. And the crazy thing, right? Because I'm following Twitter for the daily, updates that was popping every 5 or 10 minutes, whatever, by and I don't like Jason Bazanor. I don't, but sometimes this is what you got to read. This is all you got to read. I don't like him. He's sometimes, and everything that he goes over and put up on Twitter is definitely ending up in his Sometimes article. And every time he delivers his article through Sometimes, the first thing that he puts in his title is disgraceful singer, R&B singer, R. Kelly. Every article, he titles it that way. And so I'm like, you know what? Yeah, just to get a little information, I kind of look at some of his tweeters out there because he's in the courtroom. But when I tell y'all he uses all his tweets or whatever, then he comes back and summarizes it. And there it is, right in the Sometimes article. He's keeping the Sometimes, updated too. But he also, on Twitter, he just tells you pretty much snippets of what's going on in the courtroom because he's in the overflow. But when he write those articles out there, oh, hell no, I'd be like, really? Really, Jason, you that bad against Kelly? So, his articles appear to be, against. Anytime you can start it off with disgraceful, he will not leave that word out. She is, she's funny, Keish. I'll give you that. I'll peep in. I just don't stick around because everybody has a genuine way of doing their show, right? But I'm like, but wait a minute, she's reading what I'm reading. So I found that funny. It's like she's reading exactly what I'm reading, and she's interpreting it and analyzing it to her own character. And so there was no need for me to stick around. And when I'm like, I'm reading the shit like word for word, and she was reading and then putting her opinions on how she think that this should have been and this should have been done and what's going to happen. And that's just her channel, and it is what it is. But I leave, like I say, depends on how the commentary may switch, and I have that right to do so. There's a lot of things, Keish, that be said that people will ask you to agree, or you know what I'm saying, and I be sitting in the bush, Keish. No, not quite. Not Harley. Well, what you saying? Because what you said, I'll be like, what you saying? I don't know, but it is what it is. Y'all hate it. Oh, me and because I be putting it down. I run it first. I'm like, gotta go, competition time. And I don't do the competitions, Keish. I don't. They just take me out that equation, baby. You said stop the BS, Pap, ever since we found out about her. Listen, I'm trying to be nice, Lady D. And since you want to talk about it, I did have a little theory about that whole, the gun thing that dropped on the ground. I just had a minor question about that, Lady D. I just had a little bit of question about that. You said, Beauty, you asked Pap to be your godmama. Boy, they ain't got no pacifiers for your age. But Lady Diva, now I'm sitting over here because I listened to the little story about it, right? And I'm going, but she says that, some guy was coming to, claim the gun. I'm like, well, who the guy is? So then, because it was registered and he legally could. So I'm thinking, but wait a minute, though. Well, if all of that, allegedly is true, Lady Diva, you hear me? Well, then all they have to do is just run the gun through the system, right? And they'll find out that, okay, well, this belongs to so and so, so and so, and then he shouldn't have no charge, right? But because the story was about the gun was on the ground, and I know that I just got released from jail. Okay, lady, right? And I know that I'm a felony now. I know that part of my stipulations is I can't be around no gun at all. None. No weed, no gun, none of that shit. Lady, I promise you, whenever that gun fell to that damn ground, girl, I'd have been gone like goddamn. Who's the fastest? What's his name? Bolt. Baby, I'd have been running like Bolt. I'd have been like, whose shit is that? Get that away from me. I can't. And so then my next question, lady, was like, how long did they stand there before the popo showed up? You understand what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute. So the gun fell, and what like, was it a police officer like walking down the street, or was it one coming out the store? Like, how? Like, the gun fell. How long? That's all I'm saying, Lady D. How long did it stand there by a gun, a pistol, before 911 showed up? That's all I want to know. I'm just saying, that's just kind of how I analyzed it, because something just wasn't right. What Beauty say? She said, good and well, Jason is not going to come. he needs layman's term. You say, Jason says, why Jennifer Bungie turned off her Twitter? And I truly believe because of the harassment. I don't think it's off anymore, though, Jason, because she did do a twerk the other day. So maybe she has it turned off for certain people. Maybe she's blocked certain people. Because Shabazz harassed the hell out of Jennifer Bungie. All of a sudden now, he's taking the credit for what she said about the what was it, child? What was it, Shabazz? What was it? I'm working with Jason. I see him. The he took the what was it, like Pepe Lee P. Pure gone, girl. Gone, Lady D. Girl, please. I'm like, did this boy just stand there and just, what was he doing? Just looking at it? I like, where did the police come from? I'm trying to think what the clock, Jason. Shabazz says that Jennifer Bungie can thank him because of what he said on his live the other day. The prosecutors complained to the judge. Oh, girl, that's a hater move, Capone. Damn. Damn, that's a hater move there. But anyways, it was something. I should have wrote it down because I was laughing at it too. And it may be true. Whatever. Shabazz said he talked to her, he called her, he emailed, or did some shit, and Jennifer Bonjean followed through on one of her cross examinations. So Shabazz was like, "Well, stay tuned because he gonna be feeding her some more stuff." Now he finna be feeding all the stuff to Jennifer Bonjean that she needs to run the case. And all Jennifer Bonjean got to do is just listen to Shabazz. Yeah, the shoe store. Yeah, the shoe store, Claudine. Yes, it was. And so he got more old stories to be telling. And the next one was, what's the guy name he mentioned, Claudine? It was another guy. He getting ready to tell her all about the other guy. So therefore, it does appear, if it plays out this way, that Shabazz is tampering with the case. Shabazz is tampering with the case. This attorney has two assistants, probably some private eyes out there or whatever. It's like, put it out there, but you want to contact the attorney with the law degree, right? And mind you, that Shabazz said himself that he was once incarcerated. Now, I've been trying to figure out how the hell he got so much law knowledge to help Mr. Kelly, but maybe he didn't take up law to help him not be found convicted. I'm just trying to see how that works. How does one person have the genius in law to help another case, but yet then the person who wants to help did some time as well? You would think that person knows how to lead his attorney to say, you better get me up out of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, I know that's just Shabazz. Like I say, he has some stories that'll crack me up. Then he had the heartbeat, and boom, 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 boom. I was over here, boom, 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 boom. I was like, okay. But at the same time, he put out his opinion about people saying things, right? About people saying things, and you can affect a situation by some things that you say and people who you talk to, but yet then you tell us that you can email and talk to Jennifer Bonjean, and are you glad that she listened to you? I'm like, because she talked about the shop that these parents own, and nobody in the world, nobody else knew about this shoe store but Shabazz. It was because of him. It's why it was brought up in the courtroom about their business. I was like, damn, Shabazz. Nobody else? Not a single person? I'm like, well, I guess so. You say she giving them all the side eye, girl, I don't know. So I don't know. Right now, listening to the transcripts, like I say, if males come on, I try to catch and listen to her short versions and breaking it down. I do go and listen to Tracy's viewpoint. She just talks through it. You know, she reads it and boom, there it is. And Dottie does an excellent job. She does on the transcripts. I don't want to hear no transcripts from no damn Bookham. Bookham is still over there. Him and Sylvia fighting over some goddamn car. All while this shit is going on. Now, I'm trying to see, when did Bookham get this cease or this appear warrant letter from Sylvia? Did Sylvia send this letter out to him to, wait a minute, y'all, to his business? His business. He make it sound like he's the CEO of the job, right? Then once he get the reading and playing a certain audio, he has to switch it to let you know that this is my job. But if you had just logged on to him, he'll tell you his business, right? Like his place. I was in my office. I knew I shouldn't even start it there. I should have waited until the end with that one, y'all. But he be cracking me up. He be like, I was in my office. Like, where you work at? Kinko's, nigga? But that's, hey. So this letter apparently got dropped off in his business mailbox. I was like, dig that, this boy got a whole business mailbox. But then I'm saying to myself, oh, you talking about Kinko business mailbox, or you talking about Metro Petrol mailbox? I don't think this your damn mailbox. Boy. But and you can take anything and make it sound professional. Anybody can do that shit, y'all. You can do that shit. I ain't lying, but it cracks me up. It cracks me up. We getting back to land fair, Jason. Hold on to your underwear. We bouncing all around because I'm just here chilling with y'all tonight. I'm just here chilling. That's all, you know. He said. So I'm gonna need to know, when did Sylvia send this damn letter off, right? Because it was over about 3 weeks or a month ago that she said that she got some advice from an attorney to ask not to sea lion, girl. Don't say. He had a little lean to it today, though, Keish, like he had just got done eating salmon. So I'm saying to myself, but wait a minute, Sylvia, she done already been down this road and thing. It's this car, y'all. This car. I'm so sick of hearing about the battle of this goddamn car. It don't make no sense. So that's pretty much why I was like, if I click on here, too much this week, right? I refrain from it. We're talking about a big case going on. You mean to tell me in the process of this, Sylvia had, and I'm sorry, Sylvia had time, like right now, right, to send him a letter to show up because he got a paper warrant now, y'all. He got show up somewhere around September, right? But this boy come on his street, right? He come on the street and he got to point out all the factors that is wrong. Well, this is not my address, and the law says that it can't do this. And Amendment 5 says this or something about the business, and you can't double jeopardy me. I was like, hold on, Booker, hold up. I ain't the one to gossip, and you ain't heard it from me, no, Booker, but I don't recall you even showing the court the first time. I recall you telling what this was Sylvia and them said, right? That You told the judge that you got to go get a charger, and they waited for you to get the charger to your two phones that you have, and you never came back. So technically, it wasn't even no court proceedings. So what the fuck? So technically, I don't think that would fall under Amendment 5 as double jeopardy for you. She ain't never get to have court. We ain't see that shit. We didn't even, when was the cross-examination? Who was your, this boy said, he told Sylvia, and this is the wrong address. You sent this to my business address. And then he turned around and said, well, to my work address. Like which one? Is it your business or is it just a job that you go to? Right? I'm over here like, boy, you got me eating these damn Twistlers too damn fast with your shit. I'm gonna be fucked up. So then I had to jump to Sylvia though, because I was like, well, why would Sylvia like send this out right now to him, right? This the paper warrant for him to show up, right? All about this damn car again, right? I'm like, why would she send this out? Like, maybe the timing is bad. September, like, what if the judge called them both in like tomorrow? Like, Sylvia, you gonna have to leave the R. Kelly stuff and to go deal with this damn car. That don't exist no more. It don't exist no more. Yeah, he said that it was the wrong address, that she sent it to his business address. To the business address. And I'm over here like, this is bad timing though, Sylvia. Why, you, in my opinion, if she sent it and if it's real, right? Now look at the distractions that it is causing. Bookham is over there saying he ain't showing up and he gonna sue you. Now I'm distracted because I like the shits and giggles sometimes, and I want to hear the transcripts, right? I can't hear the damn transcripts in Twitter because I'm over here being distracted with some goddamn shit about a car. But see, he wouldn't have been able to bring out the distractions if this is true, that Sylvia did her timing is off. I don't know if she sent it or not. I don't know if it's true, but her timing is off. Why would she send Bookham a paper warrant to show up for this freaking car that they've been battling about for 3 goddamn years when Mr. Kelly's trial is going on? I'm like, wow, you have to know that this boy can't hold water. He gonna come out here and tell it all, right? And I'm sitting my butt over here, then shut off my Twitter. I don't know what happened before 2:00. He over there preparing about what he finna do about this freaking car. How long does it take for them to settle a freaking car situation? Like, really? And I'm like, don't, we doing this while R. Kelly in trial, right? We doing this while he in trial. We gonna send out a paper warrant. He gonna address the paper warrant. He gonna talk about how it showed up and then to his business office. And then it went even further. It's going on now to about, well, if Sylvia goes to court, she's supposed to be having these her witnesses coming forward to tell how she is a victim of Bookham. She said this is what Bookham read, right? Like, Sylvia is terrified and he bothers her and picks on her. Back then, this is where I stands with this, right? Because back then, when they were going hard, the truth of the matter is they both done said some shit to each other. They both done worked with each other temporarily. They started out. They both ended up somehow in Greg's, what's that man name? Greg's, the attorney, freaking office down there. Sylvia showed up to feed him every time he get into some depression or low on food, or the Homeland Security come and knock on your door and take your shit. She showed, like, they both. How do you think? Y'all better not let me be the judge of Sylvia and Bookham's shenanigans. I'm sorry. I'm throwing their shit out. Go deal with it as an adult and leave this shit alone. I would throw their shit out. Because we're talking about coming from 2019, and granted that Sylvia said that after she found out about so much and he was on some BS or whatever, she made the right choice to get away from him. But yet then they both have dirt on each other or goods. I don't know. Ain't nothing for him to come for me about, honey. Not a goddamn thing. I ain't in they shit. I just talk about they shit. I just laugh and talk about it. I'm just saying, Jana, girl, they ain't no way in the hell, none. That whatever payment it is that's already out there as, I guess, alleged a judgment, which I don't even know why we're hearing about a paper warrant. The boy is sitting on his job saying that he's sitting in his office at a business. Just put a goddamn garnishment out on his head. Go to court for that. And if he has a job, with the job to it, that kind of job that required his ass to fill out a W-2 form for his job to start taxes, even though he probably put down exempt, or he might have put down 20 kids for withholding. I don't know. And they taking zero out. If you put the judgment in on it, they're going to find his freaking job. His job by law has to honor that. They will start taking money out to send to Sylvia. Agree? Because no, that's how I thought it worked. Y'all them damn envelopes to show up like, what is this? Oh, I got a motherfucking judgment. Oh God, and ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Nothing but quit your job. That's about it. So that's where it's got me confused, that in order for the distractions of what what he is doing. Because like I say, I don't know if the letter was real or whatever that he claimed was sent to his business office. That way he said, a business office. I'm like, well, damn, all right, George. George, he done moved on up. He done moved up from Metro Petro. He done moved up from enforcement. Yeah, unless he got his own PI firm, y'all. Maybe he got a PI firm. The exile is go. He don't believe in paying. But he don't want to pay nothing. He want all his money to himself. But some people are like that, Some people are like that. I just find that that's might be, in my opinion, one of best solution for Sylvia. It doesn't make sense right now to have, to see them running back and forth to court when she knows that if the boy done jerked her on the first court hearing, talking about his phone and then died and then never showed back up, which I don't understand how the hell he got out of there, because the judge got a cell phone, and the sheriff and the bailiff, they got cell phones. Somebody up in that courtroom should have said, hold up, I got a charger for you, and plug this shit in right there. They could have went to recess on the supercharge. He could have had about 45% in 5 minutes. That was enough time. I couldn't understand that. All them people that was probably even the court clerk. Hell, she could have stopped typing. She wasn't even typing yet. And all them damn things, we got you covered up in here. So he ain't gonna be able to use that next time, though, Sylvia. He ain't gonna be able to use that because they're gonna be ready for his ass. They're gonna have all kind of charger ports. They're gonna be ready for him now. I don't know what his next excuse is. I don't know, cause you know he had the excuse for going to New York. Shit, he said he couldn't make that shit. Not at all. I can't help but to notice though. He don't have his CEO over there rocking like he do. He got a husband though, but he'll have her over there at all. What's going on, beautiful? What's going on? What's going on? So I don't know how that's gonna play out, y'all. That's some crazy shit. Sometimes you can waste money and not even know it, but that's a waste of goddamn money. Bringing this boy back and forth, bring it back and forth. I'd be so done with that shit because sometimes you would want to just remove a person up out of your life than to be spending money to keep them in your life to not have a resolution. They don't have a resolution unless they both come and see me. I'm gonna tell them how to do this shit. I'm gonna tell them how to do this, but all she had to do was hit book them with a goddamn garnishment. Just go down there and ask for a damn garnishment. Somewhere the boy gonna have to work. Whether if he land a barbershop job or this or that, he can't be sovereign all his damn life. If they switch over to, they switch in and out. It was this month, he gonna be sovereign. Next month, that nigga gonna be a W-2 nigga. You better get that money. I don't understand that. I really don't. But like I said, if the letter is real and Sylvia served him again on some type of paper warrant, then I think that it's just bad timing for Sylvia to do that. That's my opinion. You say, what do I think about Choke? What do I think about Choke? I think that Choke is going to always stay in the business of supporting Choke. Okay? Hustle is a hustle, period. There's nothing that Choke can do no more than what everybody else is doing out here. And that's reading the paperwork, putting your spin to it, make it sound good, hit the cash apps, join the memberships. He did the same thing as commentary. What do you do? What do you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. You can't go and arrest him, and yet he ain't finna free R. Kelly either, or none of that stuff. So I don't know. Did Bookham ever get his $200 from Choke? You say, we really don't know. You say, I can't find him guilty. I just can't. Not this. I just cannot, And that does not make me a petty lover. The reason why I don't see Mr. Kelly as a pedophile, because I looked up what pedophile mean, and quite a few people posted the meaning of it, and it said a child. It has the age on there. Okay, that's the first thing, Latanya, right? That's the first thing. Those people who are entangled in this shenanigan thing of this R. Kelly, right? None of them meets the age of what the definition says. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, this is 2021. Allegedly, on that videotape of 2008, they only mentioned I don't even know about this Brittany and this Pinky person, because I don't know, like, I don't know how to, she said, I don't even know what to say about that, except for if Mr. Kelly is this bad person and he did this and he manipulated, and you bring along two more friends. In all honesty, when things didn't go right as expected with Brittany and Pinky and Brittany should have sued LaShonda Landfair. She brought them there. Allegedly, she put them in a compromising situation allegedly, that now that they did not want to be in and came to attempt to sue Mr. Kelly. For some reason, we end up being these American people where we like to hit a problem from the tail ass end of the situation. Makes no sense to me. A situation always has a creator, the creator. Who created this situation? Well, that is your person who should pay homage of the price that you are looking for. That person put you in a alleged harmful situation. That person. I don't give a damn about, well, he told me to go and get some girls. I ain't buying that shit. Did you go and get them? Well, yes, Your Honor, I did. Well, you are under arrest. It is no difference from the criminals that then stole the car, and one of them is in the car, but he's the shooter. But he stops to pick up two more guys to go do some shooting with him. Guess who is in more trouble? The guy who picked them up. You are in more good. You shouldn't have picked them up. I'm suing your ass, because you didn't tell me that you was going to go out and do no goddamn shooting. So that's that on that. Pinky and Brittany are older. Well, she says that they were around the same age. I thought that I read that, Shannon. I could have sworn I read that, though. Do I think that Roshana has gotten a PPP loan? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, if she did got it, she ain't got it no more, because she out there taking the handouts from the government, Jason. I don't know. I can't understand how, Jason, if she has a new baby, she has a new baby. A new baby is conceived with male and female. So I was looking for Jennifer Bonjean to ask her the question about her financial welfare coming from her significant other or the baby's father. You mean to tell me that you getting Section 8 from the government, where the hell is the baby daddy finna stay at? In the Section 8 too? What if the baby daddy has a good job and is above the income guidelines to have Section 8? What if she is married and she can't, the Section 8, but she got a baby daddy? So I don't understand that one, Jason, at all. I'm like, but she just got a brand new baby. So you mean to tell me that she got a brand new baby? It ain't no daddy around? The daddy gone? She ain't getting no money from the baby daddy. She ain't getting no child support, none of that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know, Jason, about that one. So, well, I don't know. What you think, beautiful? What you think? A hot mess? A hot mess? You says, Mad, that I'm on all y'all questions tonight. Whatever y'all put out there, I'm going to try to do it. I don't care what it's about, whatever. You says that, Mad says, the catfish liar is going to get a call if she ain't already to help book her. Well, I guess, if you're talking about as far as litigating, I heard Trent the other morning, and I popped into Trent's chat, and Trent brought up his conversation about this motion that he had written, okay? And I've heard him tell the story, a few times about this motion. I also heard Trent talk about the sisters, and it was some other lady name. I just can't recall it off the top of my head, about how they thought that it would be a good idea with Trent writing, the motion and getting it, to be heard, I guess, allegedly, right? So I'm sitting here, so I typed in Trent's chat, and y'all know I normally don't go into people in chats and types, but this one here had concerned me. Hold that thought though, right there, because I'm gonna lead it right back up to what you just said, Mad. So hold that thought, okay? So Trent, I asked, who authorized? Who authorized? You say, I think baby daddy a dope boy pal. Oh, really? Oh shit, Shannon. She got two of them. Good Lord, but she didn't need no government help, I guess. And she got the gray goose. Okay, but let me tell this story. So I typed in Trent's chat and I was like, I'm saying to myself, I'm trying to say, I'm like, well, Trent, who influenced this? Who authorized this, right? And, he broke it down just a little bit. I was in the chat that had 10 people in it. He said he had 3 lives going, so I was in the smaller chat, right? So I said, well, who did this, right? So then, he replied back, but then he said something about, well, I'm just going to block this person. But I thought he was talking about me, but I don't think he was talking about me. So I just kind of got quiet, but I had another question. And I know I did ask him. And I was like, but if you are writing motions and you want to submit a motion, I need y'all help in the chat because I'm not an attorney. In order to clear a motion through, wouldn't you have to be part of the legal team? That's my first question. And then I have a part B to that question. If you are not part of a legal team, for your motion to be heard by a judge, right? Can a regular civilian off the streets write a motion up, take it down there to the court while, trial and stuff is going on? It says, you know what? I have a better motion to write up and I'd like to submit this in. I need an answer before I move on and read the rest of y'all stuff, because that's where I got lost at. And so then he was saying that people had, concurred it and agreed with it, and it sounds good, and it was this or that. And the first thing I'm thinking about, well, I just asked myself, well, did Catfish concur this shit? Who said that this was a good motion to say, well, yeah, or whatever? But I do believe that he might have mentioned the name on it, but I just need a concrete answer, because I don't ever recall anybody being able to walk off the street or off of YouTube, or because you want to be involved in something and I'm going to draft up a motion and you just able to push it through. Now, with him mentioning that the sisters was involved, and I have to tell you guys, I was downtown. I saw the sisters and Dr. Rogers go and have their meeting with Greenberg. And with Trent mentioning some things about the motion, now I'm thinking, well, how did the motion get in? Because as far as I know, they went to the meeting and Trent didn't make that meeting because he was upset that they left, for whatever reason, they had to left him. They left him. And to me, it appeared the way Trent was responding with his, being angry for a second, right? He was upset that they left because he was like, man, I was supposed to be there. And he was livid that they had left him. So then I'm sitting here asking myself, well, was the sister supposed to take the motion and the things that Trent is doing to Greenberg and then they push it through that way? That's just my hypothetically speaking, right? Because all of these names are out here, not like I give a damn right now, but I'm just saying something like how is he getting these paperworks and things through to this attorney, for this attorney to say, I'm going to put it there, just something, just a food for thought. But yet then I also heard that, it was Dr. Rogers or something about, with the with the catfish bringing her alive out here as an attorney. Say that she had ended up over on her page or something a long time ago, and I didn't know that. I was like, what? I was like, oh, that's where she comes from. That's what I'm hearing out on the streets today. So if it is, it is. It was. So I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I heard with that one. And that's how she got here. So and that was just my questions that that I had for Trent, because I was like, yeah, I wanted to know, like, what made you want to jump in the Kelly situation with with litigating it, the way he does with the paperwork. Now, when I hear Trent, right, I was hearing him saying that he didn't have this job. When Trent first came out, he was talking military stuff, and he was talking some other things that he has his degrees and things in, and he had been to school for this and then for this. And then I was over there like, then I thought I heard him say like he is a car salesman or something. I was like, how the fuck you go from degree from military to from this to selling fucking to commission of cars? So unless he's like working in the accounting department or something, I don't know. And then I was like, well, I don't know if he's standing on the lot or anything like that, waiting on you guys to come in there to buy a car or something like that. But I was like, how do you go from that? Most people, once you hear that type of resume, you kind of expect to hear, it's not funny, beautiful. I'm just saying, how do you go from writing motions, I'm just saying, to selling, Chevy Colts and Cavaliers and Traverses and shit? That's all I just wanted to know. I was like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you put your suit on and your tie and go and get into a law firm? Because allegedly he was writing motions and shit, and he was gonna get R. Kelly free. I remember Trent saying that he could get R. Kelly, and then it was months later, after all this damn money shit started dropping out here, shit, Trent was like, fuck that shit. He's like, them people over there getting more money, and y'all rather listen to the shits and giggles, and I'm over here kicking out real shit. That's what Trent said. He said that shit. I don't care what y'all say in the chat, because he said the shit. He said the shit on my mama. He said that shit. He did. Trent was like, I can do this. And then it was, we going on the bridge. We going to the mountaintop. We finna walk on the water. It was a whole bunch of shit, man. He even caught my attention. I was like, oh, damn. And then once the money, shit with the defense and what's the other one? The $1 million something for Kelly or whatever. It didn't work out. They ain't cut him no check and shit like that. Trent came back out here and talked about something. He was guilty. I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? What just happened? So now I'm hearing that now I'm hearing some shit about like he a car salesman, or he works for in that field. If I'm coming out here and I'm writing motions and telling y'all my resume about military and I even got close to being in the equation of that, man, I'm going to open up my damn law firm. I would just really open up a law firm that says I write motions on the building, have my cars ready. Send your attorneys to me if you want impeccable motions to get your client, for a situation to be litigated in the court so that your client can win, right? Man, ain't nowhere in the hell I'm about to go at 8 a.m, put no goddamn coffee on and have on my little tie and walk around with my hands in my front pocket waiting on Shannon to show up about 3 in the afternoon about a fucking car that he know he ain't supposed to buy, and I ain't getting no commission that day. I ain't about to do it. It ain't you know car salesmen go through a drought, right? You do know that. You do know that the Reader's Digest will tell you when the best time and when is not the best time to go and purchase a car. Now, other than that, maybe Trent sitting at his desk at the auto lot and looking at YouTube. I like Trent Keys. I mean, deliverance is deliverance, right? I can listen to channels, however. What I don't like, Keish, is I'm allergic to the bullshit. And I do need some help. Let me tell you what I need help with in my R. Kelly's voice. Let me tell you. I need help with really learning how to shut the fuck up sometimes to bullshit. Because when the bullshit start walking, my mouth start talking, girl. I'd be like, Ain't nothing wrong with Trent as far as if he was, my next door neighbor, a person to kick it. He out front, we laughing, the music up, we put stuff like that. I could see Trent that way. What I cannot do with Trent is you just can't sell me bullshit all the time, Lady Diva. That's all I'm saying. What's going on, Sheila? I just got low tolerance for it. And he clearly showed I don't care what nobody says. And like I say, I could kick it with him as my next door neighbor, but not with that smoking the blunts and shit. I don't fuck with no weed, right? But with that, yes, and okay, cool, right? But I could be sitting outside with Trent in the lawn chair, kicking it, laughing, watching the traffic flow by. But the minute Trent get into story times, and I know that the story may be a little bit too far-fetched, I got to call Trent on his shit. Now stop with the bullshit, Trent. Trent, stop with that bullshit. Stop with that bullshit. Because these are people, in my opinion, that, it's like to fill your head up with a whole bunch of stuff. And then now you got to you get yourself in a position where you want to go walk off somewhere and you going to end up telling the story that he done told you to somebody else. And that somebody else actually knows the real damn story, but you selling the bullshit that he done bullshitted you on. Now you standing there looking like a goddamn idiot. Oh no, tell me some real shit. I mean, bullshit. Cause we talk. I'd have been over there Shannon. Boy, I was sitting outside with Trent the other day. Let me tell you, this third fool so-and-so said that, man, you should have seen old Rodney over there, right? And Rodney, he ain't had permission to take his mama car and shit like that. He jumped behind that wheel of the car. He ended up crashing that car. But then I'm telling Shannon this story, and Shannon comes back to tell me, no, Pap, he did get permission for it. It was just so harmless as an accident or something. He kind of, sideswiped a little pole or what, a little binder. See what I'm saying? Now I'm the goddamn idiot because I done followed and thought that I was telling something real juicy and factual to Shannon. Oh man, I was like, So you just got to know the bullshit. You just got to know the bullshit. And I don't like to be sold a bunch of bullshit in your stories. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You say you don't think that he's being truthful when he says he's outraged about the tape? You say you don't think he's being truthful. I don't know. It's so many different stories about this tape. It's just crazy, Me, and for the people that came in, I said that I had my reason of why I would not convict Mr. Kelly. One is because the government, it is what it is, found their way to turn this damn case, to move it to federal, to bring out so that the world can hear everything that you basically heard back in 2008 about the tape in Rashonda Landfair. I said that Rashonda Landfair and her family went under a grand jury, it's like under oath. You swear to tell the truth. And she said at that time that it was not her. Then they have multiple gangster reasons about why they did it. Because Mr. Kelly did this to me. Mr. Kelly did that to me. Mr. Kelly did this to me. I was afraid of him. Or Mr. Kelly did this. And Mr. Kelly did that. Not with a world big like ours are outside. Out here, now we got too much of a big of a world for anybody to be scared of anything. The United States of America has opened up so many goddamn resource help hotlines and everything. Not that bullshit that Drea said. Not that bullshit. I didn't realize that I was being taken care of. I went through 1 through 11. I found out that it was me on number 11. That's some bullshit. Okay, that's some bullshit. That's just my opinion. She worked that goddamn that scale, didn't she? I read 1, 2, 3, 4, and I thought, girl, oh my God. But anyways, she was with Rashonda, right? And then now you have this whole mixed entanglement with Sparkle, and then finding out that Drea might be on this tape and all these people. Nah, I'm looking at this. I don't give a damn what your law says. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. I'm looking at this as consensual, whatever, sexual activity going on in that home. There were adults there. There are allegedly some adults on this tape with this minor. And in order for them, and for me, I should say me, so I take that back, to convict Mr. Kelly, you definitely have to have a conviction on the other adults. I don't give a damn about that damn immunity stuff. We not fist to say that the law over here says that he is an adult and we got to convict him. But over here, it says that there was adults there and we get that, but we're going to give them immunity and put all of this on him. That's not how this goes. There were adults there with this alleged LaShonda Landfair. If you're going to give him the charge of being with this alleged minor, you're going to give those people the exact same thing. One person don't take the rap for when it comes to a minor. You don't give immunity to adults who you are trying to persecute of a minor. That doesn't work that way. So since they can't balance out and put the equality of the law the way it's supposed to be, Mr. Kelly, if I was a juror, will be going home. And I bet you the next time you will get it right if you want him that bad. And that's just my opinion about that, you guys. You says, Boom Boom do the same thing. I don't know what to say about Boom Boom. Boom Boom. Monday, Boom Boom is, she's into the beautifying stuff and the clothing and the lip, and that stuff and the fingernails and stuff. And then the next day, I don't know, she's very upset with you people. She don't like y'all. Then the next day is, it's somebody's birthday party, time to turn up again. And then the next day it's fuck you all. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know. Borderline. So I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't think I watched the Boom Boom show in about a month. She's still on that. I don't know. They might subpoena Boom Boom when they get Drunken Larry in there, because they gonna want to know about TT. They gonna want to know about TT. When they bring in Drunken Larry, they gonna have to bring his whole enterprise too. You know, this shit can go on for like probably about 5 years, y'all. It's so goddamn long. This a long stuff right here. I don't know. This is long, but yeah, Boom Boom might have to come. She was down there as TT. Oh, TT. Oh, yes, Keish. So, you know, I don't know. Man said, Drea made the rules of the house. Oh, let's talk about that. Because we all over today, y'all. We all over, but it's 10:20, so I'm only gonna go to 11 o'clock, right? I open up the phone line, so that's open, but y'all know how y'all are. Y'all scary butts don't like to call and come in, but it's all good because I'm just all over the place right now. But let's talk what man say. Let's talk about that right quick though, man. Cause I want to talk Sparkle, right? Sparkle. Oh, I'm not supposed to be finding the video. Hold on. Sparkle says that she was sitting, her and Kelly, on the sofa. Put a blue heart in the chat. And that was, she said they was watching TV. I believe she said it was something about probably a sports channel or something, right? Am I correct? Put a blue heart if I'm correct, y'all. So she continues to say that she heard the knocking upstairs. Boom, 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 boom. And she knew it was Drea. So Drea says, well, can I come down or can I come out, right? So she turns and she looks at Kelly, right? And she says that Kelly says, yeah, sure. You know, like, come on. So she looked at Kelly. She says, what the fuck? She's like, what, you know, whatever, something like that. What the hell? Like, nigga, you something like that, right? Now, I had to ask myself this, right? Sparkle says that she is around Mr. Kelly or whatever most of the time because he's helping with the music, right? Right? Now, Drea's upstairs. What's going on, K-Baby? This is her home, right? With her husband. First of all, if you ain't in the studio making your music, you ain't fit to be lounging around in the damn house. I'm sorry. So Drea's story should have been she came downstairs and told Sparkle if you know to leave. Because if you're gonna be sitting there chitting-chatting with my man, I promise you, I am invited. If you are there on a casual hangout day, I'm coming to, hey, what's going on? What's going on? You know, and granted that they says that, oh, well, no, you know, Mr. Kelly just kept Andrea upstairs and she said that she was hogtied and she was about to jump off the balcony and things like that, right? Nope, not with sisters and brothers. But there's people out here that do say that whoever, you know, that was around him or whatever, you know. Dre said it from public announcement. Well, she did have to walk with her head down. Now, as a man, right? As a man, and there's more people as a man. First of all, there was absolutely nothing wrong on that tour bus to say, hold up, Cass. We ain't got, they can hold their head up. We respect you. We respect your women and things like that. So we all know how that played out. None of them had balls to address Kelly because they didn't want their checks cut short or not even get a check. None of these people had the balls to check that damn man because they had to eat. But yet then they sit out here and pointed to Kelly. Where were they balls at, y'all? Where were they balls at? And I had to ask, you know, it's a question that I got for Dre on the public announcement show. Where were your balls at? You saw all of this going on, but as a man, you didn't stand up nose to nose. Oh, wait, I got something to say about the Earl and Sparky, though. Hold up. You didn't stand up nose to nose and be like, Kev, fuck, listen, dude, but I get it. Because come Friday, it might not have been no checks there. I listened to the guy Rick and a whole bunch of other people. What's that? Well, we just mind our business. What you mean you just mind your business? If it's out in the opening and you seeing this going on, ain't no minding your business. No, we just mind our business. Rick says we would just did what we were told. What in the fuck? But they question Mr. Kelly's mental. They question his mental about, what the things that are being said about him. When in reality, everybody needed questioning. Now, with Dre tells a story about Sparkle and Earl. He says that he told Earl, we sent her down there, man, and she ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? She ain't coming back. Now, here's the question that I would like to hear as a follow-up question. Why did I want to ask Sparkle? Because Sparkle says, nope, she ain't had no relationship with Chaos. Or nope, I wasn't screwing him. Or nope, I ain't like him like that. It was about the music. So my question to Sparkle is, then why didn't you go back to your husband? What caused that divorce? Why did that man ain't just up and divorced no Sparky over no goddamn Chaos making some music for her. I gotta find this video right quick, y'all. I do, so give me a second, because I also remember Sparky with her interview, which I am about to find here in 1 second, with her saying that she met Mr. Kelly down in Chicago. You got me writing Sparky on a damn computer. Right? Let's see if I can find this. Okay, there we go. It come right up. So, I'm gonna need a disclaimer for this too, y'all, because y'all know how this damn Breakfast Club is, right? But either way it goes, whether you disclaim it or not, and use it for entertainment and educational purpose only under the Fair Act usage, it doesn't matter. YouTube will still copyright claim your ass. So I don't even know why they say to insert that and do this when it's not it's not true. So they're a lie too. But back to the story, right? So Sparkle tells the story about meeting Mr. Kelly at an office somewhere in Chicago by O'Hare, or maybe something like that, right? And she says that Mr. Kelly all of a sudden, said something foul language to her while her parents was there. You remember that story? Put another blue heart in the chat room, right? Let me see. Right? Hold on a second, Carl. I've got to kind of cue it up so I don't get hit. But I'm not going to show the video. Not showing it, but we're going to replay some of it, right? And she says that when she got in the car with her dad, the mom, then they driving along. And all of a sudden, the dad says what he wanted to do to Mr. Kelly. And I was like, huh? She says that she rocks with that thing on her side of her hip or in her purse right here. She had her gun. And he said those things to you. Don't pump up the muscles now. The man was right in your face when he said some things that you did not like, but they waited until on the way home to jump bad about what they would have done or should have done or could have done when he said that, allegedly, to her. So I was like, man, get on up out of here. Get on. Come on, Sparkle. Anyways, let me see if I can find it. Y'all hold on a second. I'm going to have to mute this just for a second till I can find this. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a second.
But
let's talk about this part right here.
Out of there. I'm in the back seat of my parents'
This
car.
the part right
my
here,
dad
y'all.
turns around, he's like, "Baby, I ain't gonna even say what he said, but I should have took kids."
And now, back to the tape.
They should have.
When you first seen the tape or heard about the tape, what did you do? What was your reaction? Because you never told us.
Yeah, okay. So a lawyer called my home phone.
Stop.
I don't know how he got it, but
let's stop that. A lawyer called her home phone. What lawyer do y'all think it is that called her home phone? What lawyer did that? What lawyer? Because she says a lawyer. We're going to hear this from the horse's mouth. A lawyer. What lawyer called her? Jason? What lawyer called Sparkle about this tape? Hey, Charlotte. What lawyer, Jason? Avenatti. That was for Jason. So then he could answer his own questions. No, this what she said, Parch. You're hearing it from her mouth. This is her words. I'll rewind it so you can hear just it again. She said, a lawyer called, Jason said Bobby. Bobby Brown. Jason, Bobby Brown.
What did you do? What was your reaction? Because you never told us.
Yeah, okay. So a lawyer called my home phone. I don't know how he got it, but he called me and he stated to me, there is a tape that possibly has one of your family members on it. And I would like for you to go to your sister and your brother-in-law and get them to acquire me as their lawyer so I can, defend them in this tape. I was like, absolutely not, because I don't know.
So she said that a lawyer called her. So Avenatti allegedly, because that's who we're saying that is allegedly the attorney that contacted her, right? So Avenatti, is it safe to say that Avenatti actually wanted to represent LaShonda's parents? And this is done before her dad passed away. May he rest in peace. Is that what she's saying? That so there, question for Jennifer Bonjean. Were LaShonda, what name did she use in court? Sonia, whatever name. Were you ever contacted by Michael Avenatti? Let's see what else she says.
Oh, that's my family member on the tape. So, okay. He said, I can send one of my associates over to show you. I was like, all right, send them. I called my oldest brother. I was like, yo, they saying it's a tape with somebody on it. Come down here.
Susan and Jan.
He was like, okay. I called him back. I was like, okay, me and my brother are going to do it. He was like, no. Hold up. Only you can see it. So, I was like, okay, bruh, don't come. I'm going to be okay. When I left the nest, my daddy hands me off with a banger. So I'm going to be good one way or the other.
Yes. He did use that gun when he said jerking off. But that's not the situation.
Yeah. But however, the guy comes, he shows me the tape, the first few seconds of it. I don't know if you all seen it, but I couldn't see any more of it. I said, shut it off. That is her. He calls the lawyer. The lawyer's like, okay, can we get your family to view this, blah, 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 blah. I was like, let me check. The guy leaves, call my family in an uproar, like she's on the tape, da 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 da.
And you're not even thinking that your sister and brother-in-law know about this, or
I don't know.
They're gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
So they know about it already.
I don't know.
She don't know.
I still don't know.
She still don't know.
Because they're not talking to me. But anywho, yeah, that happened.
This was what? January 2019. She says that she didn't know. She don't know if her parents knew about this here. She don't know. Now, what year was it that the parents went to Mexico? Did she know that they went to a trip to Mexico? What year was that? Huh? What year, y'all? She just said that she don't know if they knew about anything. I did too, lady. That's the story that Jim Derrick got is saying. That you're absolutely right. It was in the mailbox, and he said that he contacted Sparkle. But now she said it was an attorney that contacted her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you say it was 98 that they went on their vacation for 2 weeks. But this here, Sparkle did in 2019. And she says that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, do she know why did they just abruptly went to Mexico? Did she know that? Did she know that they went on a fabulous vacation? And what would have been the rumored reason of why they left? But now she's sitting on here saying, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they know anything about the tape. They ain't have money to go. So maybe she just thinking, oh, well, Kelly just said, here's some money, y'all just go on a nice vacation. I guess maybe she was thinking of it that way. I don't know. But Jim Derogatis said that he got the tape mysteriously, anonymously in the mailbox. And when he called her, asked her, hey, can you come and look at it? But yet then, here on this show in January of 2019, she says that an attorney contacted her. And that's crazy. What she said.
I call the family, they say we want to view it. And then maybe an hour or 30 to an hour later, 30 minutes to an hour later, it halted. Everybody's like, no, we don't want to see it. Tell them stop, don't come. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, Robert and got to him.
Now I was thinking about this, right? And I've been thinking about this hard. As a father, there's no amount of money you can pay for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had to think about it like this, the one good thing about her not coming out is nobody know who she is.
Exactly.
She can live her life now.
Yeah.
She can walk in here right now and we wouldn't know who she was because we don't necessarily know. She never testified. Her name is not out there. We don't know. But if she would have testified and if she would have took that stand, her face would be plastered everywhere. And not that her life isn't.
Well, I don't know. Would they show a minor's face?
You would have her name. They would definitely put down her name and everything.
I don't think they can put her name out.
They didn't, but until now.
And the other issue is, aren't they still like cool with R. Kelly?
I've heard rumblings, but I don't know.
She heard rumblings, but she don't know. In other words, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I am gonna plead the fifth. She pleaded the fifth on a lot of stuff up until Rashonda took that stand and said that my auntie. Now all of a sudden, she done throw the fifth out the window because she come on her live on the IG and that she's a lie and she's a lie. I was like, hold up, Sparkle. You might want to hold on to that fifth. You might want to keep that fifth up underneath your leg in case they subpoena you. You might want to hold on to that one. But no, she turned in the fifth card, y'all. You can have this back. Because my niece has taken a stand and I got to talk now. And I'm finna say all of them is a lie. Hey, this her word. This her. And she should have held on to the fifth, y'all, no matter how mad it was. But now that she came out and had something to say, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to hear more, probably in the court of law. Probably so. MPL, what's going on, Slane? Welcome to the chat. Let's go. Let me see.
My mom passed in October. We buried her. And then the trailer came out. And I've seen her periodically, but she doesn't really speak to me. you know.
I will,
praise God.
Latanya. I will look it up, the Just for Cause. I will.
Last time I spoke to her, probably right after.
Have y'all spoken about the tape at all after it came out? Have you had a conversation?
They don't want to have that conversation with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, they
You
don't
never
want to
asked to talk?
No, they don't want to have that conversation.
What about with your niece?
I've asked, but they don't want to have a conversation with me. I still treat her with kid gloves because she was so young, man. I don't know her. I don't know what she would do. You know what I mean?
Now, how would Angelique know if she'd been through a lot? Has she ever sat down and actually had a personal conversation with her? Propaganda is a bitch, y'all. Speculations is a bitch, y'all. It is. It's crazy. How would she know? She said, her rabbit's so cute tonight. Oh, you know rabbit gonna get some heat, right? There are people out here just don't like this damn rabbit, girl. This damn avatar be rubbing some asses the wrong damn way. But how would Angelique know if she was going through some trauma? How? Angelique didn't show up in the court of law. Angelique wasn't there during R. Kelly's 2008 trial, sitting over in the overflow, or none of that stuff. Angelique ain't sit in the jury pool, did she? What? How? I cannot stand speculation, y'all. Like, really? But in propaganda. Oh, she is? She a freak-a-leak, huh? Freak-a-leak, the body, freak-a-leak. Oh, Lord, freakily. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Liz.
But I told her when we did come back in good graces, I was estranged for 10 years from my family behind this.
10 years. I remember that. 10 years.
You know, and in 2011, my parents' 50th anniversary, we did a big to-do for them. And that's how we came back together. Now that this has come back up, we back where we were. You know what I mean? Not speaking and what have you, but she's beautiful on the outside. But I know.
Is she okay?
Look at Rita.
I know she's screaming on the inside. You know what I mean? So I don't know that she's gotten any help or anything like that.
Now you said that there were
hold on, Sparkle. Now she got plenty help now, baby. She got Section 8, Grey Goose, and a new baby and a big baby shower. She done had plenty help, girl. She got some help now. So I don't know. I think that's what might have made Sparkle mad too, because Sparkle came out, talked about her intimate struggle, right? She had to go to, I believe, she didn't have to, but was it the Braxtons that reached out to her and everything to try to, lift her chin up and everything? Now all of a sudden she got a song that done dropped, an open letter. How you gonna do something about a goddamn letter if R. Kelly got love letter? You got love letter, open letter, the Queen got a letter, Azrael got letters, everybody got goddamn letters around here behind the love letter. Listen, that's it with the damn letters. Nobody do another. Even I didn't Azrael do something about a letter song. What's the name of one of her songs? She got some letters. Everybody got letters. And I was like, now wait a minute, Sparkle. Now I done heard this song. I done listened to this song. Have y'all heard? If you heard the open letter song, put a red heart in the chat. No, don't put red. Put pink. Let's put pink. Pink hearts in the chat. If you didn't heard the song, so I'm listening to the song and I'm like, now hold up. Is this to Earl or is it to Kelly? Because I'm confused. Is Sparkle, have you heard about another man? Is she married? What's going on? Or she just want to be single? But however, I believe she said that it was the Braxtons or something that she left and she went down, in their territory, on their turf. And she was, they let her do some openings and they helped her bounce back on her feet, though. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, she's Lady Diva. I love that outfit. But I don't want to hear not another damn song about a letter. Nobody. I'm so saying now it's open letter. So y'all heard the song. Okay. If you have not heard the song, put a blue heart in the chat. If you've not heard the song, put a blue heart in the chat. I can't play the song because they hit it. I give a copyright over here. But yeah, y'all gotta check. Listen, I was like, now you got me torn. I don't know if this is to Earl or is this to Kelly. I don't know. I don't know which man she's singing about. You say both of them. It's to both. Oh Lord, let's go.
Would have been in there, and things that you said, like, what are some of those things?
Well, just
Oh, by the way, when you took off your sunglasses, you reminded me of Mary J. Blige. I swear on everything. You did. Like, I seen Mary at the
Ah,
Mary,
shut up.
I love Mary.
Oh,
Mary.
y'all ain't
She
heard
reminded
the
me of Mary for a second.
song.
Okay, so what was the question?
Oh, some
You
things
done
that
threw
were
me
I
off.
know. Some things that were left out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
docuseries.
So yeah, just the fact that people are thinking that I just threw my niece out there. No,
They're blaming you.
I
A
introduced
lot of
my
people are
family.
blaming
Why y'all deflecting?
parents,
Like, come on,
family
y'all.
members. They're
I
saying
ain't did
I
nothing.
definitely blame you too. You know
This
why?
keeps coming to
Because in
me.
the docuseries, it doesn't necessarily explain well enough what happened. It
Exactly.
makes it seem like everybody heard what was going on with R. Kelly,
Mhm.
and you still introduced
Well, no,
me.
she
That's what it made
did
it
say
seem
she
like.
did say that Barry Hankinson was there with
Yeah.
Aaliyah. She didn't think that whole thing was real, the marriage was real. She thought it was a hoax.
All of that was left out. You know
Hold
what I
up.
mean? So I sat in that
Hold
hot seat for 4.5 to 5.
Hold up. Let me go back to this marriage thing, and it was a hoax. Hold on. Did y'all catch that? Bag it up.
Come on,
Family
y'all.
members, they're
I
saying
ain't did
I
nothing.
definitely blame you too. You know
This
why?
keeps coming to
Because in
me.
the docuseries, it doesn't necessarily explain well enough what happened. It
Exactly.
makes it seem like everybody heard what was going on with R. Kelly,
Mhm.
and you still introduced
well, no,
me.
she
That's what it made it seem like.
did say that Barry Hankinson was there with
Yeah.
Aaliyah. She didn't think that whole thing was real, the marriage was real. She thought it was a hoax.
All of that was left out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I sat in that hot.
Oh, so she didn't even think that the marriage was real. Sparkle even thinks that it's a hoax. Okay. Oh, Sparkle, tell the world.
See, for 4.5 to 5 hours. It's a 6-hour documentary. They can't put me all through there.
Right.
So some stuff is gonna have to, land on the cutting room floor. So yeah. And people going, think what they're gonna think because of them not putting everything in there. So yeah, that part of me, just sending my niece in there and then leaving her in the studio. I never left my niece in the studio. And then what they don't share on the piece is that I called my sister when I saw her down there by herself, when I asked, what you doing here by yourself? And 30 to an hour later, my brother-in-law shows up. So never left my niece in no studio by herself and never would.
Right.
You still live in Chicago?
I do.
Have you ran into R. Kelly and seen him? Because I seen him running around. Have you bumped into each other at all?
One time, maybe 3 years or so ago, he came in a restaurant that a friend of ours owned at the time, and he looked scared because he kept doing this like I was gonna jump him or something, but no.
Now he looked scared, but everybody else is saying that he's this tough, intimidating, manipulating guy. But she says that when he saw her, he looked scared. Which one is it? Is he a scary ass nigga or is he a tough and intimidating and persuading person? Because those was the words that I was trying. I ain't hear her say none of that. She should have said, if she was going to be running with the program out here, right, and the allegations that, well, yeah, I seen him. He looks the same, intimidating, forceful, fierce, controlling. That ain't what she said. That's not what she said. She says that he looked scared. Ain't that some shit? I was like, what? He looked scary. Oh, Lord. Because I might have had that thing on me. He didn't know what to expect. Now, why would Kelly have to expect her ready to jump him? Is it because of the allegations of the videotape, or is it because of the separation of them two for whatever personal crap that they said? But we're going to have to wait till Wimbush get over here to tell us all about the panties in the drawer and the jumping and down, no monkeys in the bed. No more monkeys jumping in the bed. We're going to have to wait for Sharon Wimbush. She's going to get over here and tell us this whole panty drawer story one more time, because I got to hear that shit one more time. That shit be hilarious, y'all. Sharon Wimbush said she was trying to light the grill to get some barbecue chicken on, boy. Wasn't no match. So I don't know, you guys. What is it that she felt like? Like, why would Mr. Kelly be afraid of her? Why would Mr. Kelly walk into the freaking restaurant, y'all, and all of a sudden he looking scared of her? Why would he be? Why? So I'm just saying, y'all, Sharon Winbush gonna have to put the extended version on this Sparkle and Drea stuff up there in that bedroom, y'all. She need to use the monkeys too. Put the monkey back on the bicycle, y'all. Start telling the story. You said because he didn't even want that thing no more. I just don't understand it. Let me rewind just for a couple of seconds because I need to know. Why would Mr. Kelly have to walk into a restaurant scared?
You live in Chicago?
I do.
Have you ran into R. Kelly and seen him? Because I seen him running around. Have you bumped into each other at all?
One time, maybe 3 years or so ago, he came in a restaurant that a friend of ours owned at the time, and he was scared.
Seemed like the hero.
Kept doing this.
Look,
like I was gonna jump him or something, but no, I ain't got nothing to say.
Now you didn't. She didn't jump him at the meeting that they had. Not at all. After he told her, what was that little? She said that Kelly made some little sexual whatever, notations to her, right? And her daddy then was there. He didn't look scared then, but then he walked in this restaurant. Her dad then gave her a thing, right? She got the thing to pop, but here she goes and tell little people, he was looking at me like this. Y'all see how my bunny eyes? This is how Kelly was looking. Kelly was looking like this, right? And he already knew what was up because I had that thing, and he was nervous. Are you serious? You say they always hormonal. Oh, she had to make herself. Yeah, she made herself seem like, no, I do not own the rights to this audio. We're using this audio under Fair Act, Section 107, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many more you got out there?
Threats.
Oh, yeah.
And on their lives, like, have you been threatened since all this happened? Has anyone threatened you?
Not, on social media. You need to do this. You know what I mean? No, but
no credible threat.
I ain't worried about them. God got me. I ain't tripping on them. But yeah, I don't understand why they threaten everybody else. Don't threaten that. I mean, right. He's the one doing it.
Like, I mean, even the people within his circle, like his former manager making threats.
Everybody in his camp probably making threats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't understand that whole thing. Like, are y'all willing to go down in flames for dude behind this? Like, these are young girls, and even still, even with my niece, all those people are around. And
that go that code right there, y'all. She sent it out in code. You hear it? Are y'all ready to go down? Are y'all ready to go down? In other words, y'all better get in motion out here. You better she sent the code out.
Threats.
Oh, yeah.
And on their lives, like, have you been threatened since all this happened? Has anyone threatened you?
Not, on social media. You need to do this. You know what I mean? No, but
no credible threat.
I ain't worried about them. God got me. I ain't tripping on them.
Now, she said that the threats didn't come on social media, but she's still implying that they did come. And she said that they did come. So you would think that if she was being threatened behind the scenes, calling her personal phones or whatever, right? You would be recording this. Why is she bringing the charges up on people that she allegedly is threatening her, but not on YouTube? You could have those arrested. Put your bounty hunt out. I don't understand that. But I get it. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of nothing because my daddy gave me that thing, right? That's her. But these people are calling and threatening, but yet then she failed to bring any charges up against the people who's calling to threaten her. In other words, let's just hypothetically say that maybe Kelly called. Let's just say that. And you want Kelly in jail as bad as hell, right? She wants him in there. Well, if these are Mr. Kelly and Mr. Kelly people or whatever that is calling allegedly and hypothetically, right? She got her case right there. Then you won't have to be out here with all this 2008 shit in 2022. She could put that on him. He could have got picked up and got, a citation or whatever for that. But maybe Sparkle just don't have time to be going to court for educational purpose only.
Yeah, I don't understand why they threaten everybody else. Don't threaten that. I mean,
Right.
he's the one doing it.
But I mean, even the people within his circle, like his former manager making threats.
Everybody in his camp probably making threats. Yeah, so I don't understand that whole thing. Like, are y'all willing to go down in flames for dude behind this? Like, these are young girls, and even still, even with my niece, all them people were around and seeing all this stuff. Like, y'all are, I'm holding y'all accountable too, because as an adult, y'all should have said.
Who did she say that should be held accountable for this? Who did she say all y'all adults? But yet then there's only one man that they are aiming to chop his head off, his arms, his legs, everything. She says, oh, everybody. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear it? Well, we're going to hear it again. Yes, we are. She said, all y'all grown folks.
Since all this happened, has anyone threatened you?
Not, on social media. You need to do this. You know what I mean? No, but
no credible threat.
I ain't worried about them. God got me. I ain't tripping on them. But yeah, I don't understand why they threaten everybody else. Don't threaten that. I mean, he's the one doing it.
Like, but I mean, even the people within his circle, like his former manager making threats.
Everybody in his camp probably making threats. Yeah, so I don't understand that whole thing. Like, are y'all willing to go down in flames for dude behind this? Like, these are young girls, and even still, even with my niece, all them people were around and seeing all this stuff. Like, y'all are, I'm holding y'all accountable too, because as an adult, y'all should have said something. You know what I mean? She's a kid, 14 years old.
Now,
like, come on.
This takes me back to my question pertaining the law, and I posted it on my community board. I'll appreciate it if you guys can leave a comment on the community board over on my page. I asked whether if the law says that a child cannot consent, right? However, if you have willing participant adults with the child there, isn't that considered consenting? The parents know, the ex-wife knows, the auntie knows, everybody knows, everybody there. The ex-girlfriend, she there. What? Isn't that consenting? Everybody consents, especially if the parent there knows. Because you're right, God is never an author of confusion. You're right. But I'm just saying, so what good is law number one? What good is that? Because if they're going to point the finger and say, well, he was the adult, he knew better, he stuck his dingy dongy, he did this, he did that. Now, you need more than one chopping board out here for the meat that you're trying to cut up. Can't do it. There's no way you can do it. He been doing this for a long time. He been doing this. Well, I don't see a long time. I don't see the long time. We're talking 2008. That trial is over. It's 2021. Show me another 14, 15, 16-year-old. Show me one in between, up in between there. Who? Show me a different video with a new female on it. See, then you'll show me repetitive behavior. I don't see it. I don't see that. I don't see that. So it is what it is. better be glad I'm not on the jury. And if I had to sit on that jury, they would have had to come way better than what they are doing now, because there's no way in the hell, since this evidence, this stuff here that we are speaking about, Lisa Van Nalen and LaShonda Landfair, all these people that had they say, I don't want to hear it. It's gone. You got people that done died throughout this process and people you can't find throughout this process. But because they felt like that they can stand up in this courtroom and bring out this man's whole freaking sex life from the privacy of his home and base it on some old material stuff that he already had to stand trial on. And you're mad because there was an acquittal on this, because he couldn't determine this and they couldn't determine that. It's not the public fault out here. And it sure in the hell isn't the law. They went down there, they read them what the law was expected for them to do and abide by. They did that. They said, no, it's not me. That's that. That's that. And if they did not have all these other tapes with the same person or whatever, they actually would not have a case. Now would they? They wouldn't have a case. Not at all. But we had to go back and get this shit. Some shit that was supposed to be locked up, disseminated 7 years ago, but somehow it got copied before it even went in there. It was copied multiple times before it even went in there. And when you're going to sit here and say to me that he should be locked up under the jail when all of these people set out here to do premeditated freaking murder on this man by copying all of this stuff, it was already prefabricated just in case Mr. Kelly didn't abide by something that these people may have wanted. We still got you in our front pockets by calling it copying and editing. To me, I have to say, it sounds like what happened in 2008, he really tried to make sure that this will not happen again, not just to him, but putting other people through this type of distress up to the public. That's the way I see it. There's no way in the hell that you're going to sit here and say, well, this man is addicted and he was into pornography. I don't hear one person out here saying that Mr. Kelly allowed this video to be out here to capitalize off of it. He wasn't the one that dropped it and had the money that had these tapes sold at the barbershop or at the car wash or whatever to say, well, you know, how much you make today on these tapes, or drop me off my check, I'm going to drop y'all 20 of these. Make sure, let me know when you get done selling the car. That wasn't him. That wasn't him. And a person that is these type of predators or into all of this crazy activity like this, that I know that I can say, well, okay, this is this type of behavior. You best to believe if he was really trying to hurt somebody, he'd have dropped them out there his damn self. He'd have sold them his damn self and made goddamn millions on it. But to me, in the way I'm hearing the story, do what we have to do. This is allegedly, if it played out this way, we got to get this stuff recovered. Man, my ex-wife is on these things. Man, this other girl is on these things. And he's clearly stating how much respect, some level of respect, that whatever happened in their consensual sexcapade that they was having on, it ain't nobody's business out here. In my opinion, these people agree to this stuff. They agree to this stuff. So I don't, you're hearing the 14-year-old, if there was no mother there, if there was no other adults on this tape or anything like that, then I would side-eye Mr. Kelly. If I would not be hearing about this old love story, Jennifer asked her, your plans was what, to get Andrea to leave or something like that in that matter, right? You break up their marriage. That girl sat up there and said, yes. Am I right or wrong? Can I get an R or a W in the chat? From what I read today, was it today or yesterday? Jennifer Bunjing asked her, was your intentions to have the breakup of Mr. Robert Kelly and Andrea Kelly happen so that you can be that chick? That girl answered, yes. Yes. I was like, what you said? Huh? Now you tell me, if they claiming that you 14, 15, 16, or 17, 18, or whatever the case, how the hell do you think that you were mentally qualified or physically qualified at that young age to be breaking up a marriage? What do she even know about breaking up a marriage? Did Drea see the signs of this young lady, Rashonda Landfair, trying to attemptly break up a marriage? Did they had to have some type of arguments or whatever, or they had to have some separation or this or that? Because I can imagine him trying to break up some fights, because you best to believe that she was probably in there nitpicking and trying to fight. No wonder Drea was stuck up there in the room. Rashonda sent her ass up there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Rashonda had her ass locked up there in that damn room. That wasn't Kelly. Rashonda over there. This my man. Well, that's who the hell it was. Lord have mercy. And Dre was up in there like old coward punk, y'all. A coward punk. See, what had happened was she should have been walking around in her red bottoms in that house, putting her foot down to some shit. Who are you? Why are you here? It is after a studio hours. What do you want? The kitchen is closed. You ain't sleeping on my couch. Take your ass home. All that shit, job. She got her little scare ass locked in the room by a goddamn 14-year-old. Oh shit. And Joy was running for that damn girl, y'all. Let me see a little bit more of this here.
Watching the documentary.
Oh wow. Shit.
Because I really thought that you brought your
and now.
No, I mean, you told me you didn't, so it's a different situation. And the fact that you were there all the time, and I was like, Sparkle?
I wasn't there all the time.
So you didn't see the girls
from 89 to 92. I wasn't
toilet, peeing in buckets and all that.
No, I don't even know any of those. I mean, he done ramped his thing up to a new level with this crap. You know what I mean?
And I know they were very clear on the documentary with all the women how separated everybody was.
Mm-hmm.
And you said no one could speak to you.
Yeah.
And you would try to speak, and even with his ex-wife.
Yeah. Oh, want to clear that up too.
Oh, clear it up there, girl. Clear it up.
See the piece in there of her knocking on the
Here we go, y'all. Listen.
And I'm there with Robert and some other people. And I'm hearing the knock. He ain't, responding to it. I'm like, somebody knocking. And didn't respond to it again. It kept on. Like, it just kept on. And I'm like,
she was in the room.
In her bedroom.
Was the door locked that he had to unlock it?
No, it wasn't locked.
Wasn't locked.
Permission to come.
The door.
When he said
the door wasn't locked. She said, Drea, it locked me in the room, hog tied me. I contemplated standing on the bench and on the balcony and felt like Superman who was about to fly. That's what this girl says, that the doors weren't locked. Now, if she's sitting, hold on, downstairs with Andreas Kelly man watching a game, shittings and giggling around the house, how the hell did she even know if the door had locks on it or not? How would she know? How would she know? Did Kelly lean over to her and whisper in the ear and say, the door ain't locked? How could she make that type of accusation? That's all I want to know. So that tells me that it might be a little truth to Sharon Winbush's story. Sharon Winbush said she went upstairs and saw a whole bunch of liquor licenses going on around up in there. So that tells me that Sparkle had been upstairs. Sparkle knows what upstairs look like, but yet then she states the title of a artist coming up underneath Mr. Kelly. The studios is there, or as Dre say, she brought some music over, and Earl let her go. And man, Sparkle ain't coming back, man. Sparkle ain't coming back. And that man, y'all, this shit right here, you say Roro was running that house. And that's what happened with old Azarel. Azarel thought she was finna come in, right? And I listen, and thought she was finna turn some shit upside down. I'm finna be that beer, right? But guess what happened? See, Drunken Larry, he is aware, allegedly, because it's told allegedly that, you know, he had a little time around Mr. Kelly. According to some FYI out here in some sources that, you know, he was in the video with his wife doing one of those videos, dancing things, right? So it would have made a little bit of sense of Drunken Larry actually kind of knowing just a tad bit, a little bit. And this is how it became so easy, allegedly, with telling Azarel about little things about Mr. Kelly, about what girlfriend he had, or he's still with this person. He ain't gonna never love you. He rocking this. I could see that now. I could see that now, though, y'all. I really can. I can see that. I really can. But I don't know how. You know what? Azrael thought she was finna run some shit, y'all. That girl said, not today. Don't you see how I done locked Andrea ass in that room? That's what Rashana was saying. Do you want to be locked in one? Oh shit. Let me see a little more. Just a little more, y'all.
Said, yeah, and come on. I'm looking at him like this.
What?
You a piece of work. My words. You a piece of work. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, we got to stop that again. Because she said she looked at him and said, how dare you? You a piece of work. Now, I got to ask the chat this question, right? Listen up. You tell me, just because Mr. Kelly said, yeah, come on, what gave her the impression that anything was wrong with their marriage? What? Because he just said, yeah, come on. What do you think it is that made Sparky jump to the conclusion and put the propaganda out as if anything was wrong with their marriage? What? How do you contemplate? How do you come up with something? Because Rita, if my brother that you married to and you knocked on the door to come out and he says, yeah, babe, come on, it's clear, come on, we ain't doing nothing down here, come on. Who and what gives me the right to even assume that there is friction in the air about you and my brother? What? My brother was just yelling up the stairs telling my sister-in-law, yeah, it's clear down here. You come on out. Because, as people were saying out here, you probably assumed that I was in a meeting or I was having, a private conversation right there. She wrote it that way. Girl, I'm just saying. But listen to how she insinuates this, as if they've been fighting or something all damn day. How dare you? How dare you? I'd have turned around and said, how dare I what? Girl, if I was Drea, I would have took the handrails downstairs, just jumped on it, slid all the way down. I ain't walking down these stairs. Get your shit, and get out. Get up out of here. What's the hell wrong with you? But to me, that's what it sounds like. Like she started this here propaganda like this. Like what?
Her knocking on her bedroom door to come out to grab something to eat. And I'm there with Robert and some other people. And I'm hearing the knock.
With Robert and other people.
To it. I'm like,
Drea probably didn't even know that she was at the house.
like,
And she keep sneak creeping her butt over there away from Earl.
Was
Yes.
the door locked? Did he have to unlock it?
No, it wasn't locked.
Mhm.
She just had permission to come. And I was when he said yeah and come on, I'm looking at him like this. You a piece of work. My word. You a piece of work. How dare you? How dare you?
Oh shit. But she
I'm like,
she ain't take her ass up there to help unhaul Ty though, huh? She helped Drea.
Other survivors. Have you forged any relationships with any of them?
I've not met any of them. The only
It was
person I know
lickety girl.
Yeah. And of course I know Drea, but she wasn't around. She couldn't come out and play, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm actually surprised of her voice. She never really spoke.
Now, even with the watching the ex-wife and her releasing like even the videos of her dancing to his music and bopping to his music and defending him, how does that make you feel after seeing some of the stuff that he's done to your niece and these other girls?
Was that recent or was those old
Even if
clippings?
it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's in bad taste. I don't think she should have, but
we also can't say how people deal with
Yeah,
the trauma in their lives.
yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Have kids with him. It could be a coping mechanism
Most
for her
definitely.
because a lot of the women did feel like they had to protect him
Mhm.
for a certain period of time. So it could be, they have kids together. Who knows?
Yeah.
People mad at you for releasing a record too.
We are ready.
Yeah.
Lord, don't talk about that record, child. They gonna be trying she just doing that because what y'all want me to do? Come out.
Released it 2 weeks.
Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna end that right there. Woo cha, woo cha, woo cha. I don't know, y'all. But anyways, yeah, this here is a long, hot. I don't think. Ooh, child. Wow. Are there any more key players that we can expect to come out? Is there any more? Any more key players? I'd have shit my damn pants if I'd have heard that. Listen. Is there any more? Any more? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So this attorney this Freeman again, Chuck Freeman, I guess allegedly says that he was expecting to get $1 million for whatever tapes or so. And he felt that McDavid started giving him the runaround or whatever, offered him a little shy of 79, what was it, 70,000, 79,000 or whatever. So then that didn't work. He attempted, to bring a gun back and intimidate, McDavid. McDavid didn't seem too scared from the tactic that he chose to use, Chuck Freeman. And then, it was like, well, this is what, we decided to do, which is come up with a yearly plan, pay him in some installments, and he still didn't, wasn't buying it. So it's got these whole tapes and all of this shit out, y'all. But do you think Andrea Kelly going? No, I do not. No, I do not. I think that if they bring her in to testify, I think that it is only fair that Jennifer Bonjean has rights to go through their sealed non-disclosure, their marriage disclosure. I do. I think that she should have all rights. If they bring her in, she might want to go through that disclosure to make sure, well, this and this and this and this is that, So I don't know. A lot of you guys should know me by now with all of the news that do go on, right? All the of the opposite news from the certain media sites and certain bloggers that's out here, right? And I know that sometimes it can be imperative to have both sides of the stories, and I understand that. But if you've been following me for a while now, you should have noticed that there ain't too much that I'm going to put on my channel that will shed any defamation of character against Mr. Calvin. You guys should know me by now. Have you guys recognized that in the chat? Put another heart in the chat. If you guys recognize that, will not and never, I don't care about as the controversy or the intellectual panels and things like that. This is one channel because I support Mr. Kelly, period. And I dropped the mic on that because of my reasons to do so, right? There is no way that I would choose to support and come out. I'm not comfortable doing it. If you want to find what these people are saying much about him in a defaming way, you got to go elsewhere because I don't drop it much on this channel. I don't like to read much of it at all. When I heard these indictments and I started reading and I started pulling, I have journals of stuff over here. This right here really puts the icing on the cake for me. And trust me, I'm not in my feelings about this at all. I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking very structural. I'm clear thought. And there was a lot of things to put on this table as far as my pros and my cons. I've heard people say, well, yep, he was there. Yep, there was a 12-year-old. I heard people say this. I heard people say that. But I also saw a whole lot of people actions out here. And when you have particular actions pertaining to the things that you want to share and or say and do, it's a no-go for me. There's no match there. Has to be a match. I don't deal with stragglers. None, absolutely. Ain't no, I'm in the middle. I ain't on this side or I ain't on this side. All that does is give a person a trip to pass with certain things that they want to say, certain actions that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Who cried yesterday? Capone, who cried? I know you take care. Please have Snoop. You say, I have me some Snoop Dogg. She say, have some Snoop Dogg. Oh, girl. That's, you know what? Hopefully y'all know what? I got to take my truck back to Chicago. I do. They did not clamp down the window protector on the sides. So I just noticed that and I was like, oh, he cried yesterday. Well, did he cry from being overwhelmed for seeing supporters? Was he crying about that, or did he cry because particular people was on the stand? So which one was it? You wanted to know that R. Kelly Hall. You're gonna have to call Drea up for that, boy, to see if she got hogtied. I don't know. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys, and that's just because of how I rock and roll, and that's how I know how neutral people get down. Is the only neutral people, well, I guess there are some, is the Empire and the baseball team, because it's got to be somebody to call out the rules for that or something, in that area. But I don't know, and everybody has the right to do and be whatever, is said or whatever. Oh, shout out to Carletta. She responded to one of my tweets, y'all. She's like, hello, what Pap? Exactly what you said. Much love and respect. Lord, she got an emoji up there. I tweeted today what I talked about on my live, in case you guys go over, check out my tweet. And I just basically said that the law says a child can't consent. But keep that in mind as they rerun that 2008 trial. I'm just wondering what part in the law does it says that you do convict if the consent came from parents and aunts and ex-wives. So shout out to everybody that's over and, you know, sharing my tweet over there. I appreciate that. I pop in on Twitter every now and then. So Zoe just answered your question, Jason. She says you can't hog tie a possum. Okay, let me see what Capone said. She says, when the mom testified. Oh, when the mom testified. Well, on here, I think I might have changed it. I did. Because I'm looking at the mother's, a tweet from the mom. So I just read it on here, but now I don't see it. I'm not that familiar with Twitter like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But oh, here it is here. That was shared with Shannon. Shout out to you, Shannon. He shared that Susan acknowledges that she has maintained a relationship with R. Kelly, including accepting his invitations to parties and talking when her mother passed away recently. You didn't say, hey, you threatened me. Don't ever call me again. Bungie asks, and she answers no. So I guess it'll be, you know, it's good. And Jared Kelly said that with 2 questions on her list, there were 2 things that R. Kelly had. Yeah, she said there was 2 things on that list. You absolutely right. She said that. You're right. I can't deny that, boy. I just can't deny you on that. But guess what? I've been here longer than I anticipated. I appreciate you all for showing up. Don't forget to hit the like button and the share button. And don't forget to go over and show the Pet One Papoose channel some love over there. Don't forget to join the membership, and don't forget to become a supporter of PAP, because you know I've been told that I'm a beggar out here, but I'm not. I'm actually an asker, and I ask for things. And I appreciate you all for joining me tonight. I stayed up too long. Your girl got to go get that beauty sleep. This bunny got the rest, y'all. So I expected for you to get some phone calls in, because I'll be wanting to hear you guys' thoughts. I really do. You know, I wanna hear your thoughts. I want to make sure that I'm also in tune. Thanks. Shout out, Capone. Shout out, Jason. Sharon went. She's funny. She's definitely funny, Keish. That's without a doubt. She is funny. Shout out to you, Charlotte. Shout out to you. She is, girl. I be rolling. I just need her to bring the damn monkeys back. Now, Shannon, on my way out. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Zozo. Give me that lettuce, girl. Lady Diva. On my way out, Shannon. I didn't know that your queen was into all of that tarot reading cards. APZ, my love, shout out to you. I didn't know that. You know I ain't finna show up over there. That's some voodoo stuff. That's voodoo. She ain't found a ace over the moon or a king under the bridge that got her to Mr. Kelly yet. Something ain't right. You ain't tell me she was into all of that stuff over there. I'm gonna kick your butt. I was over there like, oh Lord, this lady over here flipping tarot cards. I was like, I got to go. I got to go. I don't mess with that stuff. No, ain't gonna happen. So you could keep your queen, Shannon. I'm done with that. No, baby. That's Shannon girl, y'all. She had your head hurting. Well, all you got to do is tell her you came over for a reading. Go get your reading, because I'm going to bed. That's the queen, Charlotte. You know, the one over there that said she was coming to get Kelly getting out and all of that girl stuff. You know, I don't know. That's Shannon girl. Yeah, he's serious. Look at somebody say she got my head hurt. What y'all been doing over there? Y'all have a good night. You said she probably said the same from the one beginning. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't have time to check tonight, Jason. So I don't know. You just keep watching my community board, and everybody's dropping all type of information out here. So yeah. Night, Beauty. Thanks for chilling with me tonight, girl. Thank you, girl. Beautiful and Queen was in the house tonight. Empress joined the chat tonight. Pretty sure Pooh Yo-Yo was here tonight. You know, Yo-Yo be wanting to hear the transcripts, y'all, but you know, I'll catch up on some of them. So good night, y'all. I'm out of here. Bye. Yeah, right, Shannon. Go to bed. He said a rose put Beauty to sleep. Oh, shit.